Hello to everyone here on YouTube. We're just getting started to do the tarot astrology for all the signs. I am just going live right now on the TikTok. Just getting everything set up. Thank you guys. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Oh, let me get this tilted a little bit better so we get some cards here. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Just getting everything set up. We are doing the tarot astrology for all the signs. I've been on here like all day today. Just going to give it a minute to let people come into the room. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. We've had a really, really amazing day of readings occurring, especially over on my TikTok. So thank you to everybody on YouTube for joining me here live. As you know, we do this both live on TikTok and on YouTube so that we can make sure to have a recording that I can post more quickly than if I had to wait to download the full one from TikTok. Hello, how are you guys doing today? And we're gonna get into it. I don't see any reason that we need to wait too long. You know what? Someone's got to remind me. I know for a fact I said I was going to do one of the signs first. I think, I remember now. Look at me remembering. I said, if I remember correctly, we did Aries the last 2 weeks in a row. Not sure how that happened, but we're not going to do it this time. This time we're going to do Aries first. So we're going to just crack into it with the first sign of the zodiac as an apology. We never want to have, the last thing we want to do is keep forcing an Aries at the bottom of the line. The fact that I'm still standing is kind of a miracle considering I did that. So my apologies to all of my Aries out there. As an Aries rising, I would be upset at me too. I have nothing to say that can I'm just sorry. Don't come at me. Don't come at me. It wasn't intentional. Or was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Okay. What is coming? All right. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are here. I always look forward to doing this every week. All right. So we're going to crack into it. We are going straight to Aries. Oh, thank you so much. I'm a potato chip. I love your name. All right. What do we have coming for our lovely Rams? What's coming up for our little lovely sometimes stubborn, but it's okay. We're allowed to be stubborn. I'm allowed to say this. I'm an Aries rising. Sometimes stubborn Ram. All right. We are doing, woof! Oh my gosh. Well, we got our 3 here. And I swear, I'm pretty sure this is the same. I'm feeling like this was the same card Aries had last week, which is hilarious, but I'm not surprised. What's coming through for Aries this week? Decisions. I'm feeling really, I wish, and this is the point where I wish I could pause everything and go look at Aries last week, because I feel like this was the card that they got last week. Aries, you are sitting on a decision. You are sitting on a decision and you refuse to make the decision. And it's hilarious because I cannot wait to get back on and check, because I feel very strongly that this was the same card that was pulling. And this would indicate, if it is, that this is the same decision that Aries was sitting on last week. And I need to stress to you, if that's the case, we need to call every Aries you know and say to them, are you okay? Because Aries typically do many things, but the one thing an Aries typically does not do is just sit back so long and think about a decision to this capacity. And that's what the Aries are doing right now. They're like, just sitting under that tree. What's going on, Aries? What is got you in such a twisted pickle that this is the funny part about it. Whatever this is, the Aries knows what they want to do. They know what they want to do. Why are they sitting on it? Why are you guys sitting on it? Even with like your guides being like, we've been here for a week. We've been here for 2 weeks. What's going on, Aries? I love the comments from the Aries right now. No, I'm not okay. No, pout. Truth. Okay. At least we're getting validation from all the Aries that like they're all oh gosh, it's like you're watching me. I'm not the card. Somebody's watching. What is this? I now need every Aries to have a personal reading with me because I need to know what is this thing that you are sitting on that you don't want to do. What is it? Let's find out because you got 2 more cards that are hidden around this. You don't want to because you're worried that it requires a commitment on your part. What would stop an Aries? What would stop an Aries from making a decision? Well, if it would require a bit of a commitment, that's why. I'm sorry, Aries. You come here, you come in my house, you ask me to read for you, and then you get mad when I'm spilling your tea all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm not sloppy. It's my card. Aries wants to move forward on something, but they're holding off in doing it because they value and recognize the commitment that potentially occurs if they come forward, right? There's something about this that they realize, and I feel like here's what's really interesting about it. This is what's really interesting about it. This isn't a commitment someone else is forcing them to make. No. This, my little Aries, is a commitment you would be making to yourself. You would be, whatever this is, you're not taking it lightly. You've been sitting on this for weeks because there's something about it that you're like, no, this would be serious. This is a serious thing. And so there is a lot of, you're making sure this makes a lot of sense too. Because it's like, what would cause this hesitancy in the Aries energy? It's because the Aries, like, again, doesn't want to wait on things. You don't want to wait on anything, but you also like value that, like, whatever this is, you're like, this isn't going to be something that you can take lightly, you know? So you're thinking about it because you also like want to figure out how to navigate this position it would create for you, or this contract, this arrangement, whatever this is. This is what's happening right now with the Aries, which is hilarious. Because I'm like, why all the hesitancy? And the Aries are like, this is a bit of a cold feet thing happening. Is what I'm really seeing. It's a bit of a cold feet. Oh gosh, thank you, Boho. All right, let's help Aries through this. We got another card that's hidden around this. Oh, and again, I need to stress, this is Aries going through their own head on it. This is Aries. Like, here's the thing: Aries, sometimes we can strategize too far down the line. Aries have got this like all figured out in their heads. Aries, you've got this all in your heads, and you're like, okay, so this is what's going to happen. Here's the thing: I can't just say yes. If I do this, then this is going to happen, and then this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and then you're sitting there and you're like naming the children because you were like thinking about going to get a cup of coffee. That's what's like happening with the Aries energy right now. Like, I can't, because you know why? I don't know in 5 years if I'm going to be like, you don't want to go get a cup of coffee because you're worried. Like, this is a bit of what's happening right now. But again, I need to stress, this is why we love our Aries about this, is because you guys don't go half in on anything. You can't go half in on anything. You know, you're not, I feel like people often confuse Aries energy with Sag energy. Aries is not Sag. They sometimes look that way on TV. Like you could mistake the way they move around, but what they're doing are very different things. The Aries is not Aries. You're not moving forward on something right now because you're thinking about the full implications. This is something you take very seriously. This is something you cannot take lightly. And you are really in a place where you're choosing to move forward on this, but you're saying goodbye to a lot of things in the process. Like you're going through this like internal work right now where you're like again, it's cute. It really is because there is kind of a childlike energy to it because it is a little, again, there's a bit of overthinking happening. It's like goodbye tree, goodbye chair, goodbye favorite hat. I'm going to make this decision now. You know, like so this is what's happening. Like the Aries is like you're ramping yourself up for this like big decision you want to make that you feel like you're already like planning for like whatever it's going to entail. I kind of love it. It's really it's cute. It's cute. It's sweet. I understand it. I get it. I've been known to do it myself. Aries rising. All right. Bottom of the deck for our view. And I love all the confirmation for all the Aries are like, yeah. Like everybody in the comments is like, yeah. Bottom of the deck. I'm gonna die. This is the best part about it. The Aries. You know what's really funny? I just need to point this out to all the Aries in the room. Is the reason that you're dragging your feet so much on this because of all the big commitment? And is it because you have to do all these things? You have to get all of your affairs in order. Like you're going on a trip to this, like to God knows where. Or is it because what you really don't want to have to do is the thing you might also have to do in this situation, which is whatever this is, it may have to start with an apology. It may have to start with an apology. So which like all the comments. Is that what's happening? And I feel like Aries is saying, like, no, that's not why. I've got a lot of preparation to make around this. I've got a lot of preparation. No. Is it maybe you do, but maybe is it also because like what you're really thinking about is there's gonna be some explaining. I've gotta come forward. I gotta crack the door open. I gotta enter this situation with a what was that? Could you speak up a little louder in the back? Oh, you're not there yet. It's okay. We'll let you give the Aries a little time. Give the Aries a little time. And I know for some of you are like, well, I feel like I get an apology, but I also think that most of the Aries here recognize that this is the apology that needs to come forward first, right? Before the other, we all know what the door needs. Okay, that's what we got for our beautiful Aries. I love this energy. I love the comments from the Aries. And thank you. This is what you get. This is your reward for going last the last two weeks. My apologies. I don't know how that happened. All right, we're going to keep going. So you guys know how this works. Thank you guys so much for all the comments and all of the feedback. And again, if you're an Aries that needs some help going forward on this path, feel free to book a private reading with me on gracetrega.com. I do my readings over Zoom with the option of a video sent to you afterwards. Please remember that booking a reading is a 2-step process. You have to schedule and you have to pay. Also, if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services if you mention your subscriber name when you go to pay. Also, as the subscribers may know, once a week I am doing a raffle to give a free 15-minute reading to one of my subscribers as well. So now would be a great time to become a subscriber. If you haven't, thank you so much to my subscribers. Ceviche, I can have availability today. If you tell me what time, we can work that out. All right, we're going to continue right now. So you guys know the drill. I am going to read off the ones that we've done so far. We're doing the tarot astrology for all the signs. If I've already done your sign, you don't have to worry because I am doing this live on YouTube as we speak. So you can go back and watch the full video if you missed your sign. So far, we have done Aries. And next is Capricorn. Next is Capricorn. Thank you guys so much. Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. If you are here, tap that screen. If you know a Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, now would be a great time to share the live with them so they don't miss their reading. All right. Okay. You know what? Ceviche, do this for me just so they see you. If you want to book a reading on my site, you'll probably have to book it for tomorrow, but then I'll get your email address and we can reschedule for today if you want to do it that way. Okay? Just make a little note. All right, so here we go. We're going to keep going right now. We are now doing Capricorn. Can I please get 3 cards for what is going on with Capricorn? Woof. I think you're going to like it, Capricorn. Can I please get 2 more cards for Capricorn? Wow, what has happened to Capricorn? Whatever that issue was last week, it's been resolved. Can I get 1 more for Capricorn? Whoa, oh, maybe not. I spoke too soon. I need to stop talking before all the cards are out. Okay. All right, so where are we? What do we find ourselves in? Capricorns, if you are here, tap that screen. Hello. Oh, hello. And Lithandriel, thank you for joining us over on YouTube. I will be sure to pull from YouTube as well when we're reading for the next ones. So what were we seeing for Capricorn this week? Well, first of all, I really like this because this is going to hit a little different depending if you're a Capricorn male, like masculine, or Capricorn feminine energy, bearing in mind that's not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. What are we seeing? Well, we're seeing the fact that for the masculine Capricorns right now, there is an environment of feeling very much in your zone. You're like, I got a plan. I know what I'm doing. I'm communicating well this week. Everything is going according to schedule, which we like because if you remember last week, we saw the fact that the Capricorns were in this place where like they were really freaking out and they were really stressing because they kind of come in to save the day on a situation and they were kind of done with being in that situation. Like we saw the fact that the Capricorns were like, I'm done saving the day now. I just want to kind of go back home and relax. Well, whatever's happened, I feel like there has been a freeing up for that energy around the Capricorn. Masculines are feeling back in their element. This says to me a lot of that got cleared up. Feminine is Capricorns right now. They've got masculine energy like that's done them a solid. I feel like maybe this was a masculine energy that stepped in during that crisis point last week that we saw them kind of like eager to get out of. I feel like Capricorn feminines were like, guys, I need a little, I don't want to do this anymore. And zip, there came someone to the rescue and that they're seeing that collaboration with a lot of happiness. This could also be a bit romantic for the Capricorn feminines in seeing an energy that's in their life right now that they really value for their communication skills, their creativity, their passion, given a bit of a fire sign vibe. So we like this for both sides, masculine and feminine Capricorn right now. This could also talk to some masculines, I will point out, as a collaborator as well. So typically a fire sign. Now, the big challenge here is really being one where the Capricorn, and again, you'll have to keep in mind, this is important to keep in mind because the Capricorns are moving out of something that was really, they didn't have to think about it too much because it was just a problem that needed to get solved and they were there to solve it. But now Capricorns, I feel like you've freed yourself of that and now you've got to pick again. You've got options as to how to move forward. And this is where you're getting a little bit like blindsided. You're kind of like, oh no, what do I do next? This is a huge reminder right now. Capricorns, focus internally first. Do that internal dialogue before you look out around you. Because what this is really saying to me is that you're letting yourself get confused by all the choices, all the new decisions. But if you focus on what you want internally first, you're not going to feel so confused. You're going to look out, you're going to see, know exactly what you want. Though you are a Capricorn, so you'll immediately question yourself. But at least like write it down beforehand. That way you don't like, you have to remember like, okay, I'm going to question my choice, but at least you'll have had a choice to begin with. Okay. Thank you guys so much for the gifts and the likes. I really appreciate it. Now, there is one issue right now because again, it is these choices. It's all of these possibilities that is kind of getting Capricorn. It's getting you a little off your rocker. I need to point this out because here's the thing: you question and you doubt yourself too much, right? That's why you liked the crisis point last week, even though you got tired of it. It's because you don't have to you don't have to second guess yourself when there's a crisis happening. Like anything productive is right. You may want to take that same approach on things that aren't necessarily a crisis. Like whatever you choose can be the right choice because your judgment means your judgment is good. You don't need to overanalyze as much because I think what you're allowing to happen is you're letting these choices kind of knock you off your spiritual center, knock you off your higher intuition. And this is going to be even doubly so if you are a feminine inclined Capricorn right now. You're going to feel really kind of staggered with the possibilities and choices you have to make in something in your life right now. And you don't need to. You have to remember that, this is a moment where like you can allow your higher purpose to guide you through this choice. It doesn't matter if it's the right choice or not. If it's the one that no Capricorn wants to do it. If it's the choice that makes you feel the best, right? Like that's the choice that is the one for you. Yes, thank you, Lex, over on YouTube. Yeah, that's going to be the right one. That's okay. That's okay. That's a good path to go on at times too. I know I'm a Leo saying that, but it's also feeling for masculine Capricorns. This may be being a little off your center as it relates to the feminine energy and your own insight. You want to make sure, just because you're working from a very logical place right now, it doesn't mean you don't need to like not trust your gut. There is a place in between where you can kind of follow that higher logic, but also trust your gut a little. Because I feel like you are kind of looking at someone or potentially even looking at a feminine energy around you right now and feeling a little dubious of them because they're using their intuition. And that's like, that's a moment where you want to make sure you're not like knocking someone off of their own intuitive path by kind of being like, well, that's just what you're feeling. Who cares about your feelings kind of thing. We don't want to do that. Okay. Because feelings are important too. Okay. And feelings are also like the center of intuition. So yes, we want to make sure that we appreciate that some people, that also means that you're not paying enough respect to your own feelings when you have them. So this is a two-sided street. These energies are twofold. So this is a spiritual gift you can give in allowing someone's feelings to have room. Bottom of the deck for the Capricorns is Eight of Swords, which says to me, and I will point this out because we're seeing a lot of masculine and feminine counterpart energy around the Capricorns this week. Let's make sure you're not getting in a place where you are relying too much on the other energy to come to your rescue. It's perfectly fine to have someone come help you, but it's also important to remember that it's not someone's responsibility to save you, particularly if you put yourself in the position that requires you to be saved. You are a Capricorn. You are literally like, you have the ability to save everyone with your industriousness. You can save yourself. People around you are definitely there to help you, but you don't want to get in too much of a victim mentality. This is not going to serve. It's not going to serve anybody's purpose. It's just going to potentially cause more confusion and more conflict and not resolve some of the little bit of a weird energy right now between the masculine and feminine here. Particularly when the masculine energy is kind of feeling very much like, King of Wands and its upright can also be very much a bit like, oh no, I know better kind of thing. So we don't want to increase that mentality too. Hold on a minute. No worries, dear, because you don't need to see it anymore. I hope you have a beautiful day. All right, we're going to keep going. All right, thank you. So that was the reading for Capricorn today. I want to thank you guys so much. So we will continue. That's the best answer ever. Oh, come on. That's hilarious though. I love that. It's okay because he's a Scorpio. We had to send somebody out of the room because they were not being nice. But again, maybe they're having a bad day. All right, so thank you so much to my Capricorns for having your reading. And if you're a Capricorn that wants some assistance and kind of working through some of that intuition versus like logic, you can book a private reading with me on my site, gracedraga.com. My private readings are done over Zoom with the option of a recording sent to you. Please keep in mind when you book a reading with me, it's a two-step process. You have to subscribe and then you have to pay. You need to do both. Also, if you are a subscriber to my TikTok channel, you can take 10% off any of my services by mentioning your subscriber ID when you go to pay. Also, for my subscribers on TikTok, thank you so much to my subscribers. Please keep in mind that I will also be I do a weekly raffle for a free 15-minute reading to one of my subscribers every week as a thank you. I'm also doing a weekly free one-card pull that I do on the lives for my readers as well. I'll be doing that tomorrow. It's for any of my subscribers. So if you're on my live tomorrow morning, you'll be able to see me then. In terms of what sign is next, you know the drill, guys. You're going to put it in the comments, and I'm going to read off the ones that I've done so far. And if I've already read your sign, you don't need to worry, because I am streaming this live on YouTube right now. And once it's complete, it will also be up there. So you can just go to my YouTube channel and find your reading. The link is in my bio. All right, guys, we're going to keep going. I'm actually going to pull this one. Am I going to pull from TikTok or am I going to pull from YouTube? All right, so we're going to keep going. The next sign, the signs we've done already are Aries, Capricorn, and the next one we're pulling from, we're actually going to be pulling from YouTube. It's Sagittarius by request from Lithandriel. All right, so for all of my Sagittarius, oh, your card's already coming out, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Apparently you've got some cards that are already shooting out. If you are a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, please tap that screen. If you know a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, now would be a great time to share the live with them so they don't miss their reading. You've already got one card on the table, Sag. It's your season. What's going on? Wait till you see this card. What else do we have coming up for Sag right now? Can I please get two more? Oh, that's more than two. All right, we've got four. All right, we've got four cards coming up for Sag. But you know what? It's Sagittarius season. We can be a little generous, especially because we got a problem, guys. We got a problem with the Sagittariuses. Why? Because they're in a hermit energy. Why is Sag in hermit mode during their season? What has got Sagittarius in a hermit mode during their season? Well, let's talk about it. I'm a Sagittarius moon, so I can understand. The Sagittarius, you're in your season, but you don't want to go anywhere. And why is because you are recovering from something that hurt. You are going through a moment of recovery. And you are turning inwards right now, but for the best reason possible. I will point this out. You are not, because this is a hermit energy. This is a hermit energy. It's positive, turning inwards. You're not turning inwards to dwell and to regret and to mourn. You are turning inwards right now, and you're closing off to do that self-review, to find those moments of positivity in something that happened that really kind of shook you up. You're literally like, well, that did not go the way I wanted it to. I'm going into my mind palace right now, trying to find the positive in what appears to have been a very negative situation, right? So this is really what the attempt is to do. This is really the desire, which is like, I'm going to go inwards because I need to go find the positive thing. So we are continuing. Hold on a minute. We have someone here. I wish you well on your journey, dear. Okay, we're going to keep going. Okay, so anyway, apologies, guys. We try to keep the right energy in the room. We're going to keep going. Okay, so we are going to continue in the fact that the Sagittarius right now, you're feeling you need to have this moment. You need to have, and I love this about the Sagittarius energy because this is really showing what's so beautiful about it. You're going through something that a lot of people would really just be caught dwelling on how badly it went. But the Sagittarius right now, my beautiful Sagittarius, you're like, no. This happened for a reason. I need to go figure out what that reason is. I need to go pull the gold out of the dung pile of what this situation was. I'll be back once I do that because I'm not going to rest until I find it. Because more than anything, you're also realizing, and I like this too, you are realizing that whatever occurred triggered a deep abandonment wound within you, right? Little tip about the Sagittarius is, why do they like to run so much? I'm saying this as a Sagittarius moon. I'm getting a lot of confirmation in the comments. It's easier to run than be run away from. So whatever this is, whatever the situation was, but here's the thing I like about this, and this is why it's happening during your season, Sagittarius. You're like, this triggered a wound. This triggered an old wound, something that somebody really triggered something in you. And you are now doing the thing that the Sagittarius often do, people misinterpret the running, which is, I'm going somewhere to process what happened because I am feeling very abandoned right now. So I feel really bad because what we're really seeing is a lot of Sagittarius right now. They're kind of getting into what's going to look to a lot of people like, oh, look, the Sagittarius just ran. But it's like the Sagittarius is not running, guys. I'm telling you, I'm giving you the soup right now. This is a Sagittarius energy that is piecing out to be alone because someone triggered something that made them feel like they were alone. And now they're going to go find the positive in it so that they can come out of the runner. You know, this is the horse. I feel like everybody just saw the Sagittarius horse just, oh, there they go. Oh, they're gone. So everybody's going to have to wait a little bit till the Sagittarius comes back. Why? Because things are imbalanced. Things are imbalanced. Call it. I love the Sagittarius in the comments. Somebody said, call it a tactical retreat. I agree. Yes, that's what we're going to call it, a tactical retreat. So there's an imbalance. Listen, the Sagittarius, listen, they're wise, okay? The Sagittarius is correcting right now a deep imbalance. And all of this is a desire to restore balance in the life of the Sagittarius because the Sagittarius cannot thrive without this balance, and they will not be happy in the kingdom if the balance is not there, and they will closet up, which will look like them racing away for as long as necessary, not only for the sake of themselves if they feel like they've been abandoned or not treated right, but also to protect others from what the Sagittarius might do if they felt like there was an imbalance. Sagittarius is like, I'm going to my mind palace. I'm going to my mind palace. You don't want me anywhere but my mind palace right now. I will see you in a week, maybe not them, maybe you, because somebody clearly triggered this, and I don't feel like the Sagittarius is going anywhere near the person or the situation that triggered this in the Sagittarius. Because once this gets hit with the Sagittarius, we know what happens. That's like not until balance is restored. Not until I'm just seeing all the confirmation from the Sagittarius in the room. And bottom of the deck. I feel so bad. This is your season. I'm just the messenger. Sag is my babies. I like want to go give every Sagittarius I know a hug and a kiss on the head. I cannot stress to you how hard this is for Like, I feel like there's a lot of Sagittarius right now that are putting on a brave face and they're just being quiet. And they're just being quiet. When and they're like, I'm going to go to my room. And everyone's like, oh, what got into them? And it's because like the Sagittarius are really viewing this like this is the end of everything. Like, oh no, like the plan got destroyed. Whatever the hope was, it's been knocked down. And I need to stress this to my beautiful Sages, okay? Towers are gifts. Towers are gifts. Towers are gifts. They are redirecting your energy. You are on the wrong path. This is redirecting you. If this is for your benefit, I know it's hard. I know it's so hard. I know it's not what you wanted, but it is for your best interest. This is telling you, this is why you need to go in and you need to find the benefits. I feel like you know this. You already know this. You're already looking for the good in it. You just need to accept that this was not what was meant for you. And this is a redirection and it's a blessing. Okay? You got this. This is your season. It's going to be all better from here. Okay? Because this is a tower. It's already happened, right? The tower's down, right? It occurred. The bad thing occurred. Okay? I feel like it's been occurring for the Sages. So again, onward and upward. Okay. That was the reading for Sagittarius. And if you are a Sagittarius that needs to commiserate with another Sagittarius or just want some guidance, you can book a private reading with me, gracedraga.com. I do my readings over Zoom. I can send you a video of it afterwards. Please remember, if you book a private reading, it's a two-step process. You have to book and you have to pay. And if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off all of my services. Just mention your subscriber name when you go to book. Thank you to all of my subscribers. I will also be doing, as I always do, a weekly raffle to give one of my subscribers a free 15-minute reading as a thank you for your ongoing support. We are going to continue. And if I've already said your sign, you don't need to worry because I do stream this live on YouTube. So you can go to YouTube after this and you will be able to find your sign. You guys know the drill. Go into the comments, start putting in those signs you want me to do. I'm going to read the ones we've done already. First one I see is the one we're going to do next. So far, we've done Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius. Leo's next. I'm sorry, I saw it. It's not because I'm a Leo. It's just because it's what I saw first. Okay? My beautiful Leo, sun, moon, and rising. We're just gonna bang out all the fire signs. Right? Like rip it off like a band-aid. Okay. All right. Leo, sun, moon, and rising. My beautiful kitty cats. I'm right here with you. If you are a Leo, sun, moon, or rising, tap that screen. If you know a Leo, sun, moon, or rising, now would be a great time to share the live with them. All right, what do we have coming in for our lovely Leos this week? What's going on? What's going on? Let's just draw the other two cards. Surrender. Leo, my baby. This is going to be hard. Again, certain cards, certain signs, certain cards, a hard thing to do. This is a hard card for Leos. Giving up. Giving up. It's an act of surrender, but I need to stress I need to stress there's a victory in this surrender. There is a victory in this surrender. I know you don't want to experience that. I know how hard it is. And I know all the Leos in the room are literally going like, that no, does not exist. Does not exist. Like every Leo in the room is going, that doesn't make any sense. No, 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 no. Never surrender. Never give up. But I'm telling you, Leo, this is a situation that there is only success in the surrender. Give it up. Give up. Give it up. You'll feel better. You will have success. You will achieve. Because there is something here about that act of surrender that is going to free you. Okay? I know. I love everyone's going, what? No, does that, nothing you just said made sense. I love the fact that I don't like it either. I'm telling you what I have to read. I'm not happy about it either. We just told the kings and the queens that they have to surrender. That's why the other card just flipped out like it did. This is hidden. There's something about this you don't see. Okay, you know why? You want to know why you're going to sit here? You're going to sit here and you're going to give me trouble about this? Okay? All right, Leos, whatever you need to give up, you need to give up because you need to choose yourself. You need to choose yourself. Okay? Because I feel like what you're doing is you're trying to fight someone right now, or you're trying to fight in a situation where you feel like you are not being truly seen and you feel you're not being truly valued. Okay? And that's why the surrender is going to be a win. Because it is, when you surrender, it means that you're going to stop trying to show someone else, I'm being honest, I'm being authentic, I'm being vulnerable, I'm showing you my true self. This is what I am. I feel that someone in Leo's life right now is pushing them into a place where they feel like they cannot be authentic, or they have to defend themselves from being their authentic self. And the reason that this is a victory right now for the Leos is realizing, I don't need to fight you about this. I want to fight you about this because you're wrong, but I don't need to fight you about this because I know who I am. I know who I am. I know what I represent. I know what I care about. And the Leos are accepting and saying, this isn't a battle I should be fighting. Thank you for the gifts. That is where my cats, you realize there's a victory in the surrender. Because you realize that this is a fight that you never should have entered in the first place. That the fight itself is so wrong, against everything that you represent, that, I think that this is really going to be a week that you really look at what you've been doing and you say to yourselves, my beautiful kitties, what have I been doing? Why am I holding this sword? Why am I fighting this peasant that is like trying to tell me that I am not the lion that I am? That's really the moment. Thank you guys so much for the follows. That's really the moment that the Leos are going through right now. And that's why when the Leos get so confused and they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean I'm going to have a victory from surrender? It's because you're going to realize that there's no way to win this fight, that the whole premise of the fight you've been fighting. I love all the confirmation I'm getting from the cats. All the cats are like, oh, wait, yeah, that I would definitely, oh, everyone's going, oh, yeah. You're like, I I'm not playing this game. I'm not playing. This game is a non-starter. I never should have picked up. Never should have been battling you about this from the start. I know who I am. I don't need to defend who I am to anyone, including you. And that is the moment the Leos come into their power this week in realizing, like, hey, shouldn't have to be doing this. This is absurd. Because you realize that that was the mistake from the start. That you realize that what this really represents is the person that you've been having this conflict with, this battle with. It's this moment of reality that the Leos are hitting this week, which is like, I'm asking you for something that I shouldn't even have to ask you for. I'm asking you for the bare minimum. I'm asking you for less than the bare minimum. And you've got me questioning myself because I asked you for the barest minimum of what I would expect someone I am like working around or working with to provide me. No. And this is the moment that when I say that this is a moment Leos are turning away from an energy in their life that they realized was not giving them anything that they truly needed. Nor did they ever have, nor were they ever going to. And it's a moment that they realize that, like, the fight you've been having with this person for these things was already doomed from the start because it's so beneath you to have to even ask for these things. So this. I really love this energy because this is the energy the Leos have been having for weeks, not wanting to walk away from something. But this is like the reality check moment for the Leos, which is like, why am I doing this? Right? Bottom of the deck, you guys are so welcome. I'm seeing all the Leos going, okay, this makes sense. Literally, when I said, why am I doing this? And then this card comes up, it's because this thing's got you a spiritual mess. It's got you a spiritual disaster. Whatever this situation is, my babes, it's been trying to knock you off your spiritual center. That's how it's been keeping power over you. It's by trying to make you not recognize who you are and what power you have and being in your power. That's been the whole thing. And that's why you're suddenly going to say, I'm not playing this game anymore. We're done. Because you realize that the game itself, exactly, deceptions, it's realizing that the game itself was rigged, that the Leos fell for a trick the minute they picked up the sword to fight. The minute they decided to engage in the game, they had already lost the game. And today, this is the week, exactly, it's rigged, it's rigged, it's rigged. This is the week the Leos go, oh, this was all a trick. Let it go. No, I'm good. And that's it. So I'm actually okay with this energy too for the Leos because we've seen you struggling with this for weeks. We've seen the struggling point for weeks. So I'm actually, as I said, and I love the fact that when I first started this reading, every Leo in the room was like, did she just say I'm going to have a victory by surrendering? And that's why. You're very welcome to all my kitties. And if you're a Leo that would like to learn more about the act of surrender, please feel free to book a private reading with me on my website, gracerega.com. I offer a lot of different options in terms of the length of the reading. They're done over Zoom. I will send you a video if you'd like afterwards. Please keep in mind, if you book a private reading, it's a two-step process. You have to pay for the reading and schedule the reading. You need to do both or we can't have the reading. Also, if you're a subscriber on my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services when you go to pay for that reading. Just mention your subscriber ID when you go to pay. Also, thank you to my subscribers. I will also be doing, as I always do, a weekly drawing to choose one of my subscribers each week to have a free 15-minute reading. Just one more way I'd like to say thank you to all of you. Though I appreciate everyone who does follow me as well. We are going to continue, guys. As you know, we are doing tarot astrology for all the signs. I am going to read off the ones that we've done so far. If I've already done your sign, you don't have to worry because we are streaming this live on YouTube. It will be available for you to watch afterwards, so you don't have to worry about missing it. All right, guys, you know the drill. I'm going to name the ones we've done so far. The first thing I see is the next one we're doing. So far, we've done Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo. The next one we're doing is Virgo. My beautiful Virgos, sun, moon, and rising. If you are here, please tap that screen. If you know a Virgo, sun, moon, or rising, now would be a great time to share the live so they don't miss their reading. What is coming through for Virgos this week? What do we got coming through? Oh, we've got 4 cards coming through for Virgo, all hidden. Okay, so there's a lot going on under the surface right now for Virgos that need to be addressed. Let's get to it. Virgos, I feel like you're off your mark right now. I feel like you are isolating yourself, but it's not helping. This is a huge sign to the Virgos right now. There's good times to be alone, and there are bad times to be alone. This can indicate right now an overthinking, an over closeting of yourself. I always point out it's really great to go and to isolate, to take the energy that you need to from a certain situation. But just like the hangman, there's a moment the hermit needs to come down from the mountain. You can't stay in that place indefinitely because it does not benefit anyone, particularly yourself. So this is a moment to remind you that you may definitely be overthinking the situation right now. It might be good to get some outside support, some outside feedback. This is also a card that comes up frequently with travel issues or travel delays. So this could also be something that is coming up this week that is not helping any of the circumstance. Okay? I know that that's what you're best at, dear. That's my point. And that's, again, every sign has its detriment and benefit. Virgos are really great at doing that isolation, but there can be a detriment point. And that's the point where you want to make sure you're not isolating and it's not benefiting you. Oh, here's my cat. She's joined the group. Here's the thing. The reason that you're isolating right now, Virgos, is you are recovering from some sort of loss. Something did not go in your favor, and it was a big hit. It was a big hit for you, and you're still like kind of, she likes me on TV. You're trying to recover after this loss. Okay, totally makes sense. But I need to point out to you, especially with the Tower being in its reversal, in a way, the worst part is over. The bad thing happened. You are now in recovery mode. You are accepting and seeing why that circumstance or situation had to happen the way that it did, because it was not meant for you. What we want to avoid happening is you getting into this place right now where you're so focused on what went wrong. You're so focused on what was not serving you that you lose sight of the new opportunities that are available to you. And you don't start overthinking the Tower so much that you're not moving into a productive place with it. Okay? Now, the other 2 things being hidden here. Okay? Because one of the issues right now is I feel like there's something about this circumstance or situation where the communication that needs to happen to help alleviate it is not happening. It's not happening. Why isn't it happening? Because you're too hermiting right now. You're too much here. You need to start, did I just say it? You need to start communicating more. You need to start sending those messages out, sending those emails, delivering those productive communications that are going to start to restore things now that the Tower has been kind of down. We want to really make sure that you're not getting in this place where you're just really, really ruminating about the fact that the Tower had to come down in the first place, which is what I'm seeing here. Okay? And a lot of that is the fact that you have to accept that you're also grieving this loss, because for some of you, there was some sort of partnership that it's not just the fact that this tower needs to be restored, but that there was a partnership that was also kind of destroyed in the process of this tower being cleared. But I need to stress the tower is cleared for your own benefit. It was putting you in a direction that was not meant for you. I feel like I'm getting a lot of energy here with this. A lot of the Virgo energy is really cloistering up right now, really shutting down, because they're trying to manage this loss. But they're letting the loss really get to, I need to stress, in a way, very similar to where we find the Sagittarius, right? And also very similar to where we see the Leo. Everybody's recovering right now, but they're all recovering in a different way. Virgo right now, there's a much more difficult recovery point, because this isolation that you're doing that's working so well for the Sagittarius energy, it's not hitting the same way for you. It's just causing you to overthink. So the message for me to give to you right now, if you are a Virgo in this, is you need to get out. You need to start talking to people. You need to get, go have a drink, of soda, if you don't imbibe, but just get out there, go talk to some people, get some outside perspective on what's happening right now. Send a few emails, because what I'm really seeing is you're kind of getting yourself in a bit of a loop, and a lot of it is around the fact that you don't want to talk to anybody because you're still so burned up about this partnership breaking. But I feel like this is something that's really going to help you as you move through this. Bottom of the deck on this for you right now. Virgos, it's also just understanding, it's like, to add insult to injury about this, there's something that's not super comfortable about where you are. I need to point this out. It's not just the fact that the Virgos are isolating right now. It's like the Virgos are isolating and they're not super comfortable where they're isolating. They're like, oh, and I hate it here. It's like on top of me, having to ruminate over all of this, I don't even like where I am. I need to point this out. There is something a bit there is something about scratchy sweater about Virgo. And that can happen with the place and people. So this is all this is me also telling, when I said, Virgo, just go get a drink. I meant go somewhere that you feel comfortable. Go somewhere that you enjoy. Having a change of location right now, literally just getting out of the place that you put yourself to isolate, is really going to do half the battle for you right now. Even that is going to help dispel some of this spiraling we're seeing that's happening. You need to get out of this hermit energy. It's not serving you. You need to get out of that hermit energy. Yeah, thank you for commenting about that, Wispy. That person's very close to having to be removed. I don't know what they're doing, but it's really weird. All right, so that was the reading for Virgos. Why are you nipping? What's up? What do you have to say? Strega saying hi. All right, so that is the reading. So Strega wants the Virgos to play with her too. She's like, I'm here. Come on, play. All right, that was the reading for Virgo. And if you are a Virgo who needs some advice on how to get out of the headspace and to move productively through what you're feeling, feel free to book a private reading with me on my site, graystrega.com. My private readings are done over Zoom with the option of recording sent to you afterwards. Also, if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, you can mention your subscriber ID when you pay and take 10% off any of my services. And also, if you are a subscriber, thank you so much to my subscribers. Wispy, I would love a moderator. I would really appreciate that. Thank you. Hold on a minute. Just bear in mind, we're going to get a little assistance because we're having a weird day of commenting. All right, thank you so much, Wispy. Thank you. All right, so we're going to continue. As I was mentioning, if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, I also do weekly raffles to give one of my subscribers each week a free 15-minute private reading as a thank you for your ongoing support. I also do weekly 1-card free readings for any of my subscribers. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow, I believe, I'm going to set that up. We'll do our subscriber power hour tomorrow. All right, we're going to keep going, guys. You know the drill. If you are joining us, oh, we've got 222 in the room and it's 2 o'clock. I love it. All right. If you're just joining us, hello. We are doing tarot astrology for all of the signs with my goofy little cat who's like trying to always make, look at her. Have some decorum. You're on television. Anyway, so we're doing all of the signs. If we've already done your sign, you do not need to worry because I'm just going to fix this. I'm streaming this live on YouTube right now. So once we've concluded, if I've already done your sign, you can just go there and I'll have it uploaded once we complete the live. I'm going to read off the ones that we've done so far. Now is the time to go into the comments. And my dog does want to go out. Thank you, Benita. Yeah, she can't go anywhere. She's not allowed outside. She's too naked. She won't put on any pants. All right. So we're going to keep going. I'm going to read off the ones that we've done so far. And please go into the comments and put your sign, and I will read the first one that I see. So far, we've done Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo, Virgo. The next one we are doing is Gemini. Okay, so here we go. What do we have coming up right now for our beautiful Gemini? What do we have coming through? Okay, if you are a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, please tap that screen. If you know a Gemini, you might want to share the live with them now so don't miss the reading. All right, what do we have? Woof! Well, that's what we have coming through very fast. Okay, everybody's going through everything. You guys saw me shuffle these cards. Okay. So what do we have coming through for Gemini right now? Okay. Gemini, you're really struggling right now because there's a situation that you're trying really hard not to go back to. You've decided, and I need to stress, this is a Gemini decision. This is a Gemini decision saying, like, we've had a conference, all sides agree, we don't need to go back there anymore, okay? It's a 5 of Swords situation, which is whatever it was, you feel like you got the things you needed from it. You are very, and I feel like this is a situation that you went back to several times over the last few weeks, trying to get all of the things you needed from it. And now you're ready to walk away from it. And you're telling yourself, I want to walk away from this. I want to walk away from this. We're not going back. We're not going back. Why are you saying this? Why are you saying this to yourself? Because everything in you wants to go back to it. And this is the facing moment that you're having here, because I believe what we're seeing is, my beautiful Gemini, up until this point, you kept telling yourself, no, I'm going back for this. I'm going that for that. I'm going back because I need this. When I get this from this situation. Oh, thank you so much for the gift. When I get this from the situation, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to wipe my hands of it. Never looking back. Oh my gosh, the look on their face. I don't have anything to go back to get. You ran out of stuff, didn't you? And now you're trying to face the fact that you just want to go back. And you're facing that there is something in this situation that is not good for you. It's not good. There's something about this circumstance or situation that is not good for you, and that you've got it bad. And you are now saying to yourself, the tables have turned, because now you're saying to yourself, I can't go back. I can't go back, because all of the reasons you were giving yourself, you realize were now gone, and you're just accepting the fact that you feel this very addictive pull back to something that's not giving you anything but more suffering, more frustration, more harm. And now the real work is beginning for Gemini, because you're accepting the fact that you're like, okay. You're seeing a situation. for what it really was. And this is hard for you to unpack because now it's not, you used to have reasons to go back and now you're like needing to stop yourself because you know it's not good. You know there's nothing else that you can get. And you know that whatever you were getting from it was not serving you. It was just giving you an excuse. And this is going to be a hard week for you because a lot of it is going to be really just resisting the pull back to something. Like I feel like the Gemini is smart in this sense right now. You guys realize that this is something that has a bad pull on you and you want to fix it. You don't like this. It's almost like I almost see the twins sitting here saying like the only person who gets to lead me around like this is me. Right? Is what I'm really seeing here. That's why the Gemini don't like it so much, which is like the only person that gets to have a pull on me like this is the other part of me. It's not this third person. It's never going to be this third person. And so now the Geminis are kind of like both sides of Gemini are working right now to pull away from this other, entity or this other circumstance that they realize is not serving them to the best of their ability. And it's really hard. Thank you so much for the follow, PDP. It's really hard, but I have to point out, it's the fact that you recognize it now that is important. You recognizing it, Gemini, was half the battle. This week, we're seeing a lot of people's eyes are clearing up on things right now in a way that they weren't before. And this is what's allowing this work to happen. Thank you so much for the follow, Jules. So as hard as this is, it's necessary. Interestingly enough, same card coming up for Gemini. We got a repeater popping up now. But here's the difference. The Gemini are realizing this within themselves. The Gemini are like, I can't be alone right now. I can't be alone right now because Gemini is recognizing that they're like, if I am alone, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to this situation. I'm going to go back in a minute, right? Because Gemini is talking to themselves. They're going, I'm going to go back in a minute. I need to do something. I need to do something. So Geminis are now, having recognized this, they're now trying to find anything to get them out of a space where they might be lured back into a situation that was not serving them. So if you get a phone call from a Gemini this week, it's like, can we go anywhere? Can we do anything? Can we do anything? I mean, like anything? Just say, yeah, like I hear you. Like you can tell me about it on, like I'm already got my coat on. We'll talk about it on the way because the Gemini really, they just need someone right now. And they're going to be the ones reaching out being like, you got to get us out of here. You have to get us out of here because if not, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to that thing. I'm going to go back to that thing. It's not good for us. We see it now. Help. It's like really Gemini rushing out to go get support to make sure that they kind of break this cycle that they found themselves in. But I also have to say, bravo to Geminis this week for seeing that and being like, no, the buck stops here. Buck stops here. Help, help. Like it's really just like, help, help. Like, when the twins get together and they see something, they're like, nope, we know what to do now. And they're doing it. Like, we like that. It's like, and I like the fact that like we saw last week, there was this conflict point between both sides of the Gemini. This week, it's like, oh, no. We have come to a decision. We know what we must do. Bottom of the deck on this. This is actually a situation where the Gemini is looking, they're like, when I said the Gemini, you don't want to be alone right now because you also have a fear. You realize at this point, whatever this is, they could offer you the smallest thing that you've been asking for, and you'd probably be back in like in a heartbeat. You'd be back in a heartbeat. But here's the thing. At this point, you don't even want them to offer it because you already see that you're in so deep that you don't trust it anymore. That if it were to come now, you'd be like, why is it now? Is it because I see what you've been doing? Is it because I see how this is not good for me? You've lost the trust in whatever this was. This is why you're trying to move away from it so fast. Your trust in this is eradicated. There's no getting it back. You feel like you might go back, but if you go back, it's not even that you're going back to something you trust. It's going back to something that you don't trust anymore, but that you can't keep away from. So this is why you're really just dashing away from this and looking for anyone right now. Because even if someone were to come forward in this situation and offer you the thing that you were asking for at this point, you would be like, I don't trust that anymore. No, I don't trust that at all. No, that's what I wanted last week. I don't want that anymore. I've seen something, some veil has been lifted on the Gemini's eyes on this. They're seeing the whole perspective differently. They're like, no, I don't want that anymore. No, it's not good enough. So it's, but again, I like the fact that Gemini is very recognizing of the fact that they need to get out. They need to get out of their own headspace. They're doing the opposite of Virgo. Virgo's like way too much in their headspace. Gemini's like, we need to go out somewhere. We need to get away from this. I need to see anything other than this, because whatever they've seen, it's almost like, I feel like it's like a boogeyman moment for a lot of the Geminis. Are like, I can't unsee what I see around this situation now, having seen what I see, which sounds a little nutty, but I feel like every Gemini is like, yeah. Thank you guys. Oh, and again, thank you to all the Geminis who are in the room who are like, yeah, no, I understand. Thank you for receiving these messages. And if you're a Gemini that needs some advice on how to move forward from this point, please, I'm available for private readings. You can book a private reading on my site, gracedraga.com. Please remember, when you book, it's a 2-step process. You have to schedule and pay. Also, if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services if you mention your subscriber ID, keeping in mind that a subscription is different than a follow. My private readings are done over Zoom with an option of a video being sent to you. And also, if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, thank you so much for your support. I also do weekly raffles to give one of my subscribers each week a free 15-minute reading. And I'll be doing a free subscriber power hour tomorrow morning, where I will be answering free 1-card readings for any of my subscribers who are on the live. We're going to continue, guys. You know the drill. I'm going to name the signs that I've already done. And we need to start moving quickly, though, because my clock is ticking. And if I've already mentioned yours, you don't have to worry, because I am streaming this live on YouTube. I will have the video available later this afternoon when it's free available. So far, we have done Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo, Virgo, Gemini. We are now doing Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Your cards are already out. Tap that screen if you know a Cancer. Now would be a great time to share the live so that they don't miss their reading. Cancers, I'm seeing I have to say, given the fact that a lot of this energy has been the same so far with a lot of these signs, Cancer, you're having a good week. You're having a good week. There's something about happening this week that is like wish fulfillment kind of energy. Like happy family, like things are going really well energy. And a lot of it, I need to explain, is happening because you are making the choice to make a different decision. I need to stress this because this is very important about this. Whatever this is, it is something that is going to give you a happy outcome if this is the challenge. You made like a call on something and you said that you weren't going to go back on it. You felt very confident on whatever that call was, that whatever that judgment, that decision you made was. Okay, thank you so much. It's so strange. Thank you so much for the gift. But whatever this was, it's really like not something you ever told yourself. You're like, I'm never, like, this was a big decision. I'm never changing my mind. You're changing your mind on it now because you realize that that decision is potentially standing in the way of your future happiness. And I think that that's a very important moment for you to have right now, Cancers, because what I'm really seeing is it's allowing you to understand that there is grace in changing your mind. That yes, there is a lot of integrity in making a choice and sticking with it, but there's also humility and grace to be learned in being able to look at something that you felt like you told everyone, I'm over and done with it. This is my decision. I'm never changing my mind. And being able to say, I am fallible. Time has changed. I have changed. Circumstances have changed. I'm willing to reconsider my position. So there's a big shifting happening this week within the Cancer mentality, but it's for the best reason possible. It's because their future happiness is literally dependent on them being able to do this. It's going to be hard because, again, I feel this is something that is very fundamental to the Cancers. They didn't want to, it's kind of like, it's really feeling, it's heavily feeling like a compromise energy. Like, okay, you're willing to concede on something because the happiness it creates for everyone around you is so large that you cannot not do it. And because you do realize that you really do need to make this choice. You have to make this choice right now, because if you don't change your mind on this thing, you have to kind of abandon this possibility, right? And you don't want to leave. You don't want to go. It really is a situation where it's like, I feel like everybody's would be on the boat right now except for Cancer. And everyone's like, are you going to get on the boat or not? And it's like, Cancer said last week, I swear I will never get on another boat for the rest of my life. And this is like the moment that the Cancers, and again, what I love about this is I'm not even sure what this is. I'm just seeing a lot of Cancers in the comments going, yeah, that's exactly it. And so this is like, it's bittersweet, right? It feels a lot. Leo and Cancer are very close to each other. How does a surrender become a victory? In a very similar fashion, but in a completely different way. How does a surrender become a victory? Well, for the Cancers, that surrender is making a change, changing their mind about something for the benefit of everyone, because they don't want to be the only person. So this is going to be, again, it's going to lead to everybody being happy, including you, Cancer. I need to point out it is a bit of an ego test, though. That's what it is. It's a bit of an ego test for you. It's okay. We can handle that, right? We can handle that. I know it's hard for the Cancers, because it's like, you really don't want to change your mind on it, but it's, I feel like those around you will appreciate that, and they're not going to drag you through it with it. The issue here is the fact that, this is going to be hard for you not to talk about. This is going to be the funny part, which is like the Cancers aren't going to be able to. It's like, I actually wanted to say here, I'm like, I literally was like about to say, no one who cares about you is going to like talk about this too much. You, on the other hand, might never stop talking about it. Like, I feel like this is the issue, and I want you to be a little cognizant of this, okay? If no one else is dragging you through the mud, being like, well, you said nobody in this, I have to point out, nobody in this scenario is doing that. Maybe just not mention it. Maybe not, if you're going to go along with it, go accept that you're making the choice. Accept that you're making the choice. Accept that you're not being forced to do it. Because the only thing that would be worse that could potentially happen, which is you agreeing to do with it, is what you might do, which is like, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to complain the entire time. I am going to be very verbal about how I am being, tortured and held against my will and crucified because I am doing this. I love the fact I don't know what this is. That's the best part. And every Cancer in the comments is going, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just, if you're going to go, just go. Enjoy it. Don't ruin the whole thing by dwelling on the fact, you know what I mean? Just accept it, because you're really going to just ruin it for yourself too, right? I'm just pointing that out. I think it's very funny. I don't know what this is. Every Cancer in the room is going, yeah, okay, I'll try to listen. Okay. All right, that is your reading, Cancers. I love it. I'm here for it. And if you are also a Cancer and need some guidance on how to change your mind on something and go along with something that you don't really want to do, but you're doing it for the greater good, but you're going to complain about it at every moment during the thing, even though you know you shouldn't, feel free to book a private reading with me on my site, gracedraga.com. They're done over Zoom. I give you the option of having a video sent to you afterwards. And also, if you are subscribed, please make sure that if you do, it's a two-step process. You have to pay and you have to schedule. Please make sure to do both. Also, if you're subscribed to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services. When you go to pay, just mention your subscriber ID. We're going to continue, guys. You know the drill. We're running short on time. I've got a few more to burn through. I'm going to name the ones we've done so far. And if now's the time to put yours in the comments. If I've already done your sign, never fear. This is streaming live on YouTube, so all of these will be available at the conclusion of the live. So far, we've done Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo, Virgo, Gemini, Cancer. Next one we're doing is Libra. Libra, my Libra sun, moon, and rising. Tap that screen. If you know a Libra, now is a good time to get them in the room because here's their reading. Here's that card again, but it's upright this time, so it's okay. Everybody is exiting situations this week. Libra, you are getting yourself out of something. You have decided the time is up. The time is up. Whatever you are allowing yourself to go through that was causing you some issues, you're free of it. You're done. You are done. You are like, whatever, because I feel like there's something you've been allowing yourself to go through. It's been causing you pain. And now you're like, I'm done. There's nothing else that you feel like you can actually get from the circumstance or scenario. You're ready to let it go. You're now disentangling yourself and you're not even fighting back. Whatever this is, I feel like there was some situation that had you on the offensive. And I almost feel like there's something about this where, like, you know, this energy is almost because the other energy won't fight for you. You've decided that that energy is not on your side, that they have never been on your side, and that the Libras, you're turning away from this right now because you've decided. You've made a call on that other energy. Whoever this other energy is that you have been in combat with or you've been having these issues with, you don't want to fight with them anymore because you've decided that they're a coward. You just straight up decided they're a coward. And 2:22 on the clock. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. And you've just decided, I'm done. I'm not going to fight with someone who doesn't fight fair. That's really what's happening here. The Libras are deciding that they think someone's not fighting fair. There's someone who they think they're fighting cowardly, so they're just done with the whole thing. They're like, I'm gone. I'm out of this. And when I say out of this, I mean out of this. This is somebody is never seeing a Libra again. Like when I say somebody is never seeing a Libra again, this isn't like a Leo situation or anything else. This is the Libra being like, I'm gone forever. I am not turning back because you are a coward and you are a liar and you do not fight fairly. And this is the thing. For the Libras, there's something here. The Libras, like whatever lesson they were coming to learn, they're like, the lesson's over. The lesson's over. I don't need to be here anymore because you proved that you are not an energy that should be engaged with. And when I say the Libras are leaving, I mean they're leaving. They're grabbing their stuff. They're not looking back on the situation like at all. Because it's really like the level of Libra being like, this, I can't engage with this because nothing about this is right and what you're doing is not right. And that is the only thing that this person could have done that would have driven the Libra so far away. Than like what you just did. Like it definitely feels like a backstab. Like the Libra is really looking at this situation right now like, you just stabbed me in the back. You just broke the rules of engagement. And the Libra is pushing forward and they're not looking back once. And this is transformation, like complete transformation. Like this is over. Like when I say Libra is over, I mean like Libra is done, done, done. Whatever this is, they're like cycle complete. I'm good. I learned what I needed to. I'm not saying the Libra has gone through a huge transformation process. Whatever this was has generated is creating a huge transformation in the energy of the Libra. There's a huge like cycle that is reaching completion, and they are not the same person that they were when they entered it. But they're also totally ready to remove themselves from it now, because they're like, I've seen everything I need to see. There's nothing else to be gained here. I'm good. Goodbye. Case closed. That's really the vibe. Bottom of the deck. This is taking a lot of strength. Whatever this was, again, this was a huge blow for the Libras. It's making them pull from a huge amount of strength to be able to do this for themselves. I feel like this is a situation where whatever this blow was that they're experiencing, it really knocked them back. It's why the Libra is leaving this situation so bad, because really they're feeling incredibly vulnerable right now. They're feeling so wounded from whatever happened that's causing them to disentangle so rapidly. It's because they've been so like they're feeling so deeply vulnerable from the whole experience. So definitely my heart out there for all of the Libras going through that right now, because I'm a Libra Mars. I totally get it. And if you are a Libra who needs some guidance on how to move forward on that, I'm available for private readings, GraceRega.com. All right, we're going to keep going, guys. So far we have done, I will name off the ones that we've done. We are doing now, if you're joining us here, hello, welcome. We're doing astrology for all of the signs. As always, I'm going to read off the ones that we've done so far. And if I have not mentioned yours, now is the time to. If I have already read for you, don't worry, because if you follow me on my YouTube channel, the link's in my profile, you can catch all of the ones that we've done. It will be posted live once we complete, because it's also being streamed live there. Okay, so far we have done Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo, Virgo, Gemini, Cancer, Libra, and the next one we're doing is Pisces. Pisces, my beautiful fish. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. If you are in the room, tap that screen. If you know a Pisces, now would be a great time to share the live, so that way they don't miss their reading. You got one coming up hidden here, Pisces. Can I please get the two more, please? Two more. Whoa, transverse. This card. Last 3 signs. All different positions. But you guys see me shuffle. If it wants to come back out, it's out. Pisces. Here's that hangman again. Like a bad penny. There's that card again. But here's the thing. Pisces, you're not sure what to do in a situation. You feel trapped, but you literally don't know what to do. You are looking for insight right now. And I need to say that this is a huge struggle for you right now. You don't know what to do. You feel like you want to get out of it. You also feel like you can't get out of it. There's a lot. This is not a great, I have to say, I feel like Hangman Transverse is one of the hardest cards to have transverse, because it's just feeling completely disoriented. You don't know if you want to be in. You don't know if you want to get out. You don't know what's up, what's down. So the problem is right now, it's because you've lost your center, and your center is your creative passion. And there's something happening right now for you, Pisces, you need to keep in mind, which is you need to get back in touch with your passion. The reason you're feeling like this is because you need your passion to drive you. And you need to be able to communicate that passion. You need to be able to harness that passion. Something, if you're feeling this misaligned right now, Pisces, the big message is you need to reorient to what truly keeps you going. That is going to be your guidepost on how to move forward. It's there. I need to point out, it's still there. You know it's there. You've lost, I feel like you're like tumbling right now. You're like caught you're like caught in free fall and you're trying to grab at it again because you feel like wherever you've gotten has lost sight. It's still there. It's always there. It's always with you. And again, it has a lot to do with your own voice. It has to do with communication. Even being able to communicate how you feel right now would be a good first step to help you get closer to it again. So make sure to start to utilize that voice of yours to help articulate what you need right now. Because we are seeing that there is, for me, this is a huge sign that there's something that needs to adjust quickly, because whatever this is, being in a hangman transverse, it's very uncomfortable. And it's also uncomfortable because it's like, you don't know where you are. You don't know where you're going. You don't know why you got involved in the first place. You need to return. You need to take that moment to pause and remember what grounds you and allow that to drive you back to your center right now. There's something hidden here to keep in mind. You need to make a decision. I think the fact that things have gotten to this point have shown you that something needs to be acted upon or removed or changed in your life, because this is feeling very scary for you. This is feeling very disorienting. And I want you to use this to understand that it's not necessarily about managing something right now. It's about making a choice that you have maybe not wanted to make and taking action on something, potentially ending or removing something that is not serving you in the highest way possible, but that is really kind of getting you spinning off your axis, if you were, and making it almost so like you can't function. I need to stress that. The degree to needing to be able to find a center on this is very large right now for you. And if you're feeling this disoriented, it's not from a failure on your part. It's really from something that is really getting you off of your axis. And something like that, you have to accept. It might not be something you can ever manage. You might just have to say, I can't do this. I tried, I can't do it. Because it's really making you wobble, like a lot. Like, and not in not in like a learning way, in like a very confused way. Bottom of the deck on this right now. Ooh. For some of you, and this is going to hit a little different depending on whether you align to masculine or feminine energy. Okay? If you're a masculine aligned Pisces right now, I think you need to readjust your plan. I think you may have taken on more than you can handle. I think there's something in your life, you may have overcommitted yourself. You may have had this like big vision, and now you're realizing that vision is actually not the vision you wanted to go towards. It's not the direction you wanted. This is going to be very hard for you because you're going to question yourself. And you need to remember, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to experience something and have to say, you know what, this is not what I wanted from it. This is not what I expected. That it's a moment of grace to be able to do that. And that, people who care about you, they're going to be like, okay, we get it. The fact that you can acknowledge that is going to be important. I know how hard it's going to be for you, though. Like, this is like the hardest thing ever to be able to have to tell a Pisces masculine to do, based not on gender, but what you feel aligned to. Pisces feminine, this is accepting potentially that there's a masculine in your life right now, and their lack of communication and their lack of direction is also contributing to you feeling like you are in such a free fall. That the thing, or it might not be a thing that you've overcommitted to, but the wrong person. And the reason you're feeling like this might not necessarily be because you are doing it, but because you committed to something that is a person that is not giving you the direction you need, so you feel like you are just spinning out in space and losing your center. Keeping in mind that that's not the kind of energy you want to keep in you. It's not going to help. It's only going to hinder. You might have to make some direct action on it if it doesn't improve. So that's the reading for Pisces. Thank you so much to my dear Pisces. I wish you all the healing possible this week as you navigate those feelings. But again, focus on your center. Hold on to your center, and everything else will reorient in place. All right, we're going to keep going, guys. We have a couple more to hit. We're running short on time. I'm going to read off the ones I've done so far. I'm going to look at the screen. Whatever ones I haven't done, now's the time to mention them. Keep in mind, if I've already done your sign, don't worry, because it's all being streamed live on YouTube. So you'll be able to find it there. All right, guys, thank you. So far, we have done Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo, Virgo, Gemini, Cancer, Libra, Pisces, and we are now doing Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Tap that screen. Let me know you're here. If you know a Scorpio, now is the time to share the live. There's way too many cards. We're going to do that again. I did see Devil Energy. So we've got one card coming out, hidden. Okay, what else do we have coming through right now for Scorpios? Can I please get... Okay, we've got two. That's a good one. We've got completion energy coming through, the positive completion energy for Scorpios right now. And a reversed knight. Okay, so here's the thing. Scorpios, I'm seeing actually, this is turning out to be a pretty good week for you, considering the fact that we've been going through a lot of difficulties over the last few weeks. There is a feeling of a cycle completing. I told you, we've seen over the last few weeks, you are having a hard time coming to terms with something. I feel like you finally embraced it. You finally embraced it. You finally accepted that this is the life that you're in, and you're starting to see the benefits. The light is now at the end of the tunnel. You're like, okay, I've integrated the experience. I've allowed the transformation to occur. And yes, I'm finding myself on this other end. Oh, look, it's nice here. There are things. It's not as bad as I thought. In fact, and I can live in this place. You've done that beautiful thing that Scorpios can do, which is you went through this huge transformation and you're coming out the other side, and now you're fully transformed and you're really willing to embrace this new world that you've come into full throttle. The only issue is I feel that somehow, and I need to stress this because you had help on the way getting here. We saw the fact that you were continually having to reach out to friends and stuff to speak to. But now that you're on this other side, you're feeling very disconnected from someone who helped you get there. You're feeling very disconnected, Scorpio, from, it's almost like the person who helped you through it. I don't know what happened in the midst of it, but now, it's because in order to kind of embrace this new world, you also accept the fact that this person isn't in that world with you. That the same person who helped guide you into it, there's now, like, as you've embraced it, you're kind of feeling that deeper separation from that person because they're not a part of this world. They're not a part of this place that you find yourself. And so it's been hard for you because you're trying to now find a way to navigate. You're trying to navigate how to get back in contact with those people who you were close to before this transformation happened around you. And for some of you, it's feeling like, I don't know if contact somehow eroded completely while this was happening or if something occurred, but there is potentially, even around this energy, some resistance or reluctance from you to reach out or for them to reach out. And I'm not exactly sure what occurred that allowed that to happen. But there is a card here that is hidden. So let's see it here. Yeah, it's just more what's really interesting here right now, Scorpio. And again, this is a bit of a mystery. I'm going to need you guys to fill me in. You're concentrating a lot on the new place you find yourself. Almost not so that you don't have to address some people around you that you're not ready to speak to or that you're not in communication with the way that you wish you were. Specifically, there is an energy where there's an apology or something coming forward towards you that you're waiting for but you haven't received. And this is causing a real frustration point, or this could also be you needing to come forward with the apology and not wanting to do it. And as a result, it's like, it doesn't, to me, and this is what I need to stress, it doesn't even matter at this point because nobody's talking to each other. Somebody's waiting for an apology and the other person's not willing to come forward until they get that apology. And so there's almost there's a standstill There's a standoff happening between these two energies. And meanwhile, you're sitting here trying to live your life and nobody knows that this is what's going on under the surface. I'm going to stress here, somebody needs to be the one that comes forward, Scorpio. And I know that you're kind of in this place where I feel like you'll hold your breath forever. Is it worth it? You need to ask yourself if it's worth it. Because I feel like both people are waiting for the other one. It might make your life, if you're really focused on having things moving as productively as possible, you might want to be the bigger person. Especially, you are the water sign. You might be the one who needs to extend that cup. Especially if you're dealing with an air sign. Just saying. Bottom of the deck on this to keep in mind as you go forward, Scorpio. There's a writing on the wall that's something you need to do that you don't want to do, which would lead me to believe that you feel like this is actually you. You don't want to accept it. I know a lot of you are going, no, it's not me right now. You're all going, no, it's not me. Not me. You don't want to accept it. You don't want to accept that you have to be the one. And I feel like that's why, it's one of these ironic situations where I'm going to say to you, like, you're getting signs that, this is what you need to do. You don't want to do it. This is also one of those signs. So we are in an impasse. This is the sign that you need to do that thing that you don't want to do. You see, I already see people in the comments. Somebody needs to put the cup forward if you actually want the happy resolution, because the other energy is not doing it. I'm just saying. So let this be your indication that, if somebody needs to come forward, it's going to have to be you in the situation. I feel like you're getting a lot of signs that you know that. So that is your reading to my dear Scorpios. I'm sorry I have to carry that message. But here's the thing. Things are going really well right now. You're closing out cycles. So this might also be a situation where you decide, like, if you reach out and you don't hear back, you're like, okay, now I'm happy. You do it. You don't get what you want. You go, cycle complete, babes. I did what I had to do. Keep that in mind there, dear Scorpios, because that is also part of the transformation. All right, we're going to continue. I'm going to name off the ones that I've done so far, and you guys know the drill. So far, we have done Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo, Virgo, Gemini, Cancer, Libra. Wait, sorry, I lost track. Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo, Virgo, Gemini, Cancer, Libra, Pisces, Scorpio. The next one we're doing is Taurus. We're doing Taurus. As requested by my subscriber, Sakuna. Thank you so much for being a subscriber, Sakuna. All right, let's get to Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Tap that screen. If you know a Taurus, now would be a great time to introduce them to the live. Why don't you share that live for them? Let's see what is going on with Taurus this week. What do we have coming through for Taurus right now? What do we have coming through? 3 cards, all hidden. Let's find out what they are. First one, Taurus, you don't want to walk away from something. You don't want to walk away from something. But you're also not doing anything. So you're in a standstill. Because you don't want to walk away. But you also don't know what to do. So you're just standing in place. You're just holding a place, unsure of how to move forward, but you don't want to, everything you're seeing, you don't want to leave this circumstance or situation. Something is calling you back. Something is calling you back. And I feel like that's that's the problem right now, which is like, I do feel like there's a party that's like, I do want to go. I feel like the Taurus are going, I do want to go. I can't go. I can't. You're being held. This is literally like a bull trying to push forward and being like, I can't. And that's the problem. So the bull is just basically like standing there going, why can't I? Like it's almost like you're hitting the wall as you're trying to walk away from the wall. And you're like, and so now the Taurus are all hitting pause. They're all stuck. The Taurus are all just stuck. They're like, this is all hidden though, so nobody knows what's going on. And not even the Taurus knows what's going on. The Taurus, I think, is trying to identify why they're feeling like this. Why am I stuck? Because I'm seeing that the Taurus wants to be able to move forward. They can't move forward. They're like, I want to go. I can't. So there's an investigation this week of trying to understand what keeps drawing you back. from a place that you keep insisting you want to go away from. Other cards hidden. You found your home. You don't want to leave your home. Whatever this is, whatever this is, whatever this thing is, you keep trying to walk away from it. But you're being called back because something internally is calling you back and saying, this is your home. Where are you going? This is your home. So, and you're also understanding that whatever this is also on top of this, triggering an abandonment wound. But what I like about this, which I think is really important right now for you, Taurus, is I feel like you're starting to acknowledge that that's what's happening. You're starting to see it because it's here. You're starting to be like, I keep saying I want to leave, but I can't leave. I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to leave because I have an abandonment wound. I have an abandonment wound. I'm always trying to leave situations. Oh, I see it now. So I think that this is the investigation moment that is so important right now on the Taurus journey. It's finally paying attention. Why do I keep saying this is a Taurus? And this is all internal. I will point out nobody's seeing anything right now on the Taurus side. All the Taurus are just kind of just sitting around like looking like they're not doing anything. But this is what's going on in the Taurus head, which is, why can't I go? I said I'm going. I told everyone I'm going. I told everyone I'm going that way. Why aren't I going? Oh, it's because this is what I do when I'm feeling abandoned. I start to leave. Oh, because I'm the one leaving. You're investigating now why you're actually leaving and what you're doing. This is going to be like a lot of spiral that's happening right now in this, because it's all about, and I like it. It's good. Taurus, this is good. Breathe through it. Just breathe through it. Because what you're doing is you're investigating something that's triggering something in you. And you're understanding that you've hit a paradox in yourself, right? You've hit a paradox where you're like, I want to leave. I can't leave. Wait, what am I doing? Why do I keep saying I want to leave, but I can't leave? Oh, I see it now, right? This is very important work right now for the Taurus to be going through. It's requiring a lot of strength. It's requiring a lot of strength. It's requiring a deeper strength than the Taurus might be used to, because it's really forcing you to have to face something that you can't resolve in yourself as you are working through it, to understand, to really unpack a paradox that you found in yourself right now. And to really decide where you want to go, because that's really the question here. Because we're seeing that you're saying to yourself, I don't want to go, but I'm leaving. And also saying, like, I feel like I found my home, but I'm also feeling abandoned. And you're sitting there going, I need to think about this for a minute. Like, I need to think about this for a minute. Like, and this is a lot of deep internal work right now for the Taurus, because I think that there's a big decision that they need to make, or they're trying to unpack something that's taking a lot of strength on their part to really look at with this kind of optical lens. Bottom of the deck on this, very interesting read for Taurus. You guys saw me shuffle these cards. You guys saw me shuffle these cards. This is the same bottom that Scorpio had. Taurus, there's something you need to do. There's something you need to do. You know what you need to do. I feel like a lot of the Taurus right now, and this is what you're sitting on, is accepting something that you're feeling called to do, that you're very resistant to doing. You're so resistant to doing this that you're like looking at every other option except the one that you're feeling drawn, like the one that you really The universe is like, psst, yeah, you got to do that one. That's the thing that you're pushing against right now. And that's okay. You're having a week. You're doing your thing. You're trying to process this. But allow that allow that intuition to come through. Allow that work to come through, because it's going to, I feel like there's a lot of guides right now who are trying to give you the little like help because they see that you need some help. So I feel like, pay attention, because I feel like this is what's really happening right now. You're trying to get some support around you to help you understand the direction to head into. You got this. Keep going. You got this. I love you. Keep going. All right, we're going to keep going. All right, we've got, guys, we're getting around to the end, which is good because I'm running out of time. We are going to get to the last one. Please start mentioning yours there. If I'm going to name off all the ones I've done so far, if I've already done yours, don't worry, because they're all going to be on my YouTube. All right, guys, so far we have done Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo, Virgo, Gemini, Cancer, Libra, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, and now we are doing Aquarius. All right, our Aquarians, Sun, Moon, and Rising, thank you guys so much for your patience. And we saved the best for last. So if you're an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, start tapping that screen. If you know an Aquarius on this app, now's a good time to let them know it is their time. What's coming through for Aquarius? Okay, we got one hidden. Can I please get two more, please? Two more, please. Two more for Aquarius. Woo, victory. Finally, somebody's having a bright day. And communication. Okay, Aquarius, you see, I always feel like with the ones who come last, they always get the best reading. It's really like the guides are like, let them go last because they're going to have cake. What do you have this week? You're having cake. Aquarians are having cake. Why am I saying that? Because you're having a victory. You're having some huge victory in your life, something you've been waiting for. Your tide is coming in. Everything's coming up Millhouse for the Aquarians this week. Something very positive is happening. There's going to be a success in something you've been working for, which is huge and wonderful. So congratulations, because I'm happy to see. I'm glad we're ending on something that's a positive note. And why am I saying that? Because whatever it is, it's also allowing for communication. Communication, movement, travel. Something was jammed in the works. We've seen this with Aquarians the last few weeks. We've seen that there's been some struggle that you felt like you were not getting the upper hand in, that you've had to like concede on and fight with, and you had to get help from somebody else, and you didn't even want to get help, but you did respect the person who was trying to help you because it did make you appreciate them coming in, giving you like insights that you couldn't do. But whatever it was, it paid off. It paid off because we are seeing a big win for you, particularly around any kind of communication or travel that you have been trying to initiate, or movement. This week is going to be a huge success. It's a huge sign to you too. This week is a great week for the Aquarians to move forward in these areas. You're going to find a lot of success this week. This is your week. Don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. Send that email this week. Send that, pay that bill. Do whatever you need to, because whatever you're doing this week, you're going to hit a lot of success. I love the fact that I'm like, I don't even know what this success is. I just see all the Aquarians being like, I know what it is. It's true. I'm like, everybody, I'm genuinely happy for you. I'm genuinely happy that we're ending on a high note, which I'm glad that again, the last reading typically tends to be one that's positive. The other card hidden right now, here's the thing. The battle on this is over. Path of least resistance. It really is. There's some, I need to point out, there's something here. A lot of you Aquarians wore someone down. You wore them down to a nub. And I think that also, there's something about this that's hilarious, which is it's not even the fact that you won the victory. It's the victory against that person. It's the victory about that person. Having known in your heart, you're like, I did it, didn't I? I annoyed you. I was persistent. I don't want to say annoyed. Annoyed's the wrong word. I was persistent. I was persistent enough. I drove my case home so tactfully that I am getting my way on this. Everything is right in the world. Everything's moving in my direction. And so even that, it's not even, I need to point out, it's not just the fact that you're getting the win. It's knowing that whoever was standing in your way has kind of been like, whatever you want. Okay, fine. Yes, yes, yes. Take the helicopter. Okay, yeah. Just get out of my office. It's really one of those kind of vibes. Like, okay, yes, yes. Take a blue pencil. Just anything. Just go. Do whatever you want. And so it's like really. But here's the Aquarians are like, yes, we did it. And that's good because even doing that was a part of the victory here. That's why I love this energy so much. So this is huge sign to the Aquarians this week. Communication coming through, a lot of success. Also, path of least resistance. It's going to be the areas right now that you don't need to push on that are going to give you the easiest movement forward. You know, don't push too hard now this week. Contrarily, don't push too hard on doors that are still not opening for you this week, because that's going to be your sign that that is not the avenue to success. This is whatever moves freely this week is definitely going to be the better avenue for you. Definitely keep that in mind, Aquarius. Bottom of the deck. Don't be too aggressive. Don't be too combative. Don't take the win. Take the win with diplomacy. Take the win with grace. Know when someone has given you the thing that you wanted, pull it back. Don't need to keep going. Don't need to keep going. Now is the time. The only thing to do. I love the fact all the Aquarians are like, but and I'm like, I know. Don't do it. Don't do what I know what you want to do. Don't rub it in their faces. Don't go doing that. Me once more. Yeah, exactly. All the Aquarians like, but now's no. Just take the victory. Don't push too hard. Don't mess it up. Just take what you wanted. You asked it. You asked for it. Take it gracefully. Go, thank you. Don't even take the blue pencil when you leave. Don't go back in there and go, now that I think about it, I think I want a red shirt. No, don't do that. Okay? Take the victory. Take the victory. Do you hear what I said? Don't push on things that aren't moving, that have they've conceded. They've conceded. Take it. Okay? Don't cause drama where there isn't none, because this will start the whole thing back up for you. And I want you to remember, if you do that, I warned you not to do that. We got it on video. Okay? Behave. All right, guys. Well, that's it. We have done all the signs. If you missed your reading, don't worry, because I'm streaming this live on YouTube. It will be available later this afternoon. Just make sure to go subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. Also, if you enjoyed spending this time with me and you would like a private reading, you can book a private reading on my site, gracedraga.com. They're done over Zoom with an option of a video being sent to you afterwards. Please keep in mind, if you book a private reading, it's a two-step process. You have to book the reading and you have to schedule the reading. You have to book the reading, you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both. Also, if you're a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services. Thank you so much to all of my subscribers. And I will be doing the weekly raffle to choose one of my subscribers to have a free 15-minute reading with me. And tomorrow morning, we will be having our subscriber hour where anyone who is a subscriber can come on, and I will do a free one-card reading for you for the day. I want to thank you guys so much. I need to jump off. I've got some stuff to do I need to take care of today. Thank you so much for spending your afternoon with me. I'm the Grace Draga. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care, everybody. Thank you, guys.